People are not willing to consent to giving the government power on who lives and dies.
It is time for Ireland to take its head out of the sand.
It's the equivalent of our Brexit.
On May the 25th, Ireland votes on whether or not to repeal the 8th Amendment to its constitution, which outlaws almost all abortions. At the start of the campaign, the pro-repeal side were far ahead in the polls. But as the campaign has drawn on, the polls have got tighter, to the extent that now it is too close to comfortably call, and the country is divided.
We're here from Dublin South West together for yes. Have you given any thought on how you might vote?
Yeah, it would be definitely a yes.
Definitely yes. Great. Thank you so much for your support.
Okay,
Would you like a
no
leaflet?
problem. Yeah, sure.
Here in Tala, south of the city, the repeal side is getting the enthusiastic support it would expect from Dubliners.
Oh, that woman has a yes leaflet in her window. Yeah.
It's so important that Ireland vote yes. It would mean so much to the women of Ireland. For far too long we've had our choices dictated to us. Now we still live in an era where we're dictated to when we're pregnant. The 8th Amendment has hurt people, has hurt women, it has killed women. It has hurt our children who can become pregnant. We've seen that the polls, the yes vote has dropped a little bit, and the amount of people that are maybe undecided has grown a little bit. I'm not overly concerned by that. I think that's very normal in the construct of a campaign.
Heading outside of Dublin, here in Meath, anti-abortion activists feel that mistakes made by the pro-repeal side are turning things to their advantage.
The lead that repeal enjoyed has really narrowed, and we've gained a lot of traction in the polls in the past few weeks. The reason being is because people realise how extreme the abortion bill is that the government would replace the 8th Amendment with, and so more and more people are very convinced they're going to go out and vote no, and the undecideds are increasingly falling into our camp. People are increasingly awake to what the government is trying to do, what the government's covering up, the barbaric nature of the legislation that they would replace the 8th Amendment with, and the need to have a proper implementation and true understanding of human rights. Because if human rights mean anything, they mean one human cannot kill another innocent human.
After Brexit and Trump, we are used to surprises, and the polls show that things are getting closer.
Okay, so 57% when they exclude the undecideds are actually saying they're going to vote in favour versus 43% who said they will vote against. The most interesting finding, however, is looking at the levels of don't knows. We've got over 1 in 5, 22% are either undecided or refusing to give their actual vote. What we see is, in particular in rural areas, people are quite reticent about giving their opinion, and one suspects that they may kind of fall more so towards the no side.
Whoever wins the referendum, Ireland has changed. When the abortion amendment was introduced in 1983, it was forcefully backed by church leaders. Today, they are relatively quiet. Their authority has declined, and perhaps they would prefer this debate to not be about religion, but ethics. Indeed, if the referendum is getting closer, then it's surely because the issue is at once so personal and so awesome. For both sides of the campaign, this is a matter of life and death.